Welcome to my sketchbook tour. It's the first sketchbook tour that I ever do, and I'm really excited. I may have prepared for that a really long time because I wanted to have certain aspects and I had low energy, but here's my sketchbook. This is a sketchbook I had from 2018 to 2020. I finished it quite recently, I think around June or something like this. And yeah, I stopped working in that sketchbook for some time because I didn't like it so much. So I used it in 2018 and then I stopped. And then I started last year, 2021, in the summer or in spring again, something like that. Yeah, so I probably worked in it for a year, something like this. I bought it in a really, some store and it was really cheap, but I was like, yeah, something cheap, something big, that sounds great, never do that again. Do not like big sketchbooks at all, but this is my sketchbook and this is the first side. That is a really tiny sketch of me and my address. I covered that because I always put that in because I don't want people, like, when they find it, I want to get it back if possible if I lose it, because I'm always afraid to lose my sketchbooks. Yeah, so I always put that in the hope that I get it back, but I never lost my sketchbook. And here I have some Loish stickers that I got with one of her books because I joined her Kickstarter. Those are some upgrade stickers. That's a art supply box that I love. Those two are stickers from Sad and Dirty, a really amazing artist. I censored it because I just want to be safe. Yeah, and that's a sticker from an manga and anime fan club in the area where I live. I'm living in Trier. So that's my first drawing in the sketchbook. I always try to have a really pretty, not always, at that time I always wanted to have a really pretty start, so I was like pop surrealism. I love pop surrealism, and I tried to work in that style with my Copics, and I used Copics and a really nice ink. I forgot the name. I got it from Japan. It's expensive as hell, so I don't use it so often. And there are some sketches that I did. Some plans for bigger illustrations. At that time, I wanted to apply for an art school to study at university art. Quite a stressful time. And for my map, I had the theme of the supplementary contrast, so I wanted to try to work with it using similar colors but make the colors look different based on the colors that are next to them. And I used my nail polishes there. Making the map was fun but stressful, and I also did not went into the art school then. Like, I didn't got accepted, but I also just wasn't ready for it at all. And some sketches. That was a person I saw while traveling, and those two I probably also saw while traveling. And some more sketches. That was a mug with a lot of garbage that I had on my disc, and I just put that down with a pen that I have. And that was some cars. That was at the time when I was at that art school having my tests, if I get in or not. Yeah. 2-minute sketches, some former friends of mine that I saw at that time a lot. I really loved at that time. I went out quite a bit. It was 2018. It was before Corona. And I was already studying media science, but it just was not fitting for me. And I always when I met friends or went outside, I had my sketchbook with me, so I sketched quite a bit there. More 2-minute sketches. A tattoo design for a tattoo for a friend that I never finished because I never finished or nearly never finished stuff when it's like a commission. I wanted to try practice skulls because I was really bad with skulls and I needed to draw skulls for the tattoo. more sketches, 2-minute sketches, censoring. More 2-minute sketches. I really wanted to get better at drawing people, so I always drew a lot of 2-minute sketches. I don't do that so much anymore. I don't know, it's just getting better is not as important for me anymore. I just want to have fun while drawing. More 2-minute sketches. Some sketches I did because I wanted to practice inking, but I didn't like how the sheep ink that I had performed on this paper. A little comic, because I was like, okay, I want to draw more comics, and why not drawing comics with my sheepy version of me about my daily struggles? So that was something I still do. Not as much as in the past, but at that time I did it a lot. Always wanted to be really productive at the evening, like the next day, so I was always like, oh, only 5 hours of sleep, no problem, I can do this without a problem. And it never worked. Like, I was always so grumpy and I always felt so bad. It's just not a great idea. Here are some color swatches of some gray pens. I think it's from Faber-Castell. It's a water-based marker. Weird sketches. I think that is a drag queen, but I just don't know which anymore. That's me. A friend of mine. Or a person that I... No, I think it's a friend of mine. I'm not sure anymore. Sketch I did. I really like this sketch with the censoring. It suits it really well, and I totally smudged the sketch. That was a sketch for Draw This in Your Style challenge. It was a challenge by Milky Red. It's a really great artist on Instagram. So if you ever want to check them out, I would suggest to you to do that. More sketches. That was a former friend of mine. That just was a random sketch. More random sketches. That is a box I have. It's a tea box, but I have my accessories in there and I sketched that. Another little comic, like at that time as well, like mental health struggles. I always was like, what do I want to eat today? And I never made meal plans because I didn't need it at that time. Nowadays I make meal plans, so I never need to have all those questions for myself. And I always had those supplies, like basic supplies, and then the options what I can make with that. And I spent hours and hours thinking of it, and I got really grumpy and hungry, and then I didn't have the energy to cook anymore. Yeah, not so fun. That were sketches outside, like people that I saw on the street. This is also, I really like the sketch, like the trousers and the S just look so good. Bump is a nicer word than S. And yeah, I think that was a friend of mine, but I'm not 100% sure of it. An angry sketch. That was also a Draw This in Your Style challenge. I forgot to write down from which person it was. Maybe I linked down the person in the description or in the video. I just don't know yet how I want to do the editing, like how much other pictures I want to put in and stuff like this, because work, and I just want to do the sketchbook tour and ink sketches. More people that I saw in person. That was at the Porta Nigra. I'm living in Trier, and the Porta Nigra is a really great old building from the Romans. I think Romans. And it's just really wonderful, and it looks really cool, and I really like. I also was like, okay, I never do drawings of backgrounds or just drawings of areas and places, so I should practice this. So I tried practice that there. I don't think that if you don't know that it's the Porta Nigra that you see that it's the Porta Nigra, but at that time I really liked that sketchy style that I had when I drew something that I just saw. I still don't draw a lot of backgrounds or places or landscapes or anything like this. It's just not as fun for me. Those were some sketches where I just redrew drawings in Adikan. It's a manga from Tsukiji Nao, and it's such an amazing manga. It's my favorite manga. I love it. I love it so much, and the style is really detailed, and the guys look really great, really feminine, and the girls are so pretty. But the artist is also really good at drawing ugly people, like if you can check out the manga, check it out. I don't think it's easy to find it to read online, so you probably need to buy it, but the manga is totally worth it. That was a character, like, I always wanted to draw stories and characters and stuff, but at that time it was really hard for me to draw characters because I always was like, oh, stuff needs to be so individual, like it needs to be something you never had before, and I just had way too high goals. I think I never draw this character again. But I like her hairstyle. Her hairstyle is really cool, and those trousers, amazing. Then, more sketches. That was a Draw This in Your Styles challenge of Debbie. Also a really great artist. She draws so cute stuff. It's amazing. Definitely check her out. And some other sketches. I really like this, like the person being in a bow hold together. But I do not like the expression. Like, I found out that I liked pleased expressions way more in such a context. That was a tree. I like this tree. I like this tree. That's me, just trying to comfort a friend of mine. And here I drew a friend of mine comforting the friend of mine. He had a really bad time. And some sketches, 2-minute sketches. Yeah, I do a lot of 2-minute sketches. Really love this sketch. Like, it's such a nice pose. And I think I captured the feeling really well. And more 2-minute sketches. I also really love this pose. I know it's like the legs are a little bit too long and stuff, but it's really cool. Like, I like the shadowing and stuff, and I like the belly area, and I just like it. And here then I was outside with friends in a park, and they were juggling and all that stuff. That's Lisa. She's called Ruppe in Instagram, and that's Alena Braune. She's a great artist. Just a really great, like, both of them are really great artists, but you need to check them out. Like, Lisa draws really cute foxes, and Alena is just all in all great. I can't. Oh. That was the skyline from Tree out of the window where I was living at that time. More juggling. And here I tried again. Like, I really wanted to get better with dip pens and inking, but I just don't like how this ink performed on the paper, so I gave up. That was a character, like a D&D character of a friend of mine. I had a commission for them, but we had quite a communication problems talking about it, and I just was not really well, like, I didn't do the commission well, and I scrapped it, like, yeah. And that is a character I made in Stardew Valley. Like, I was like, I find it's, like, I love Stardew Valley. I spent hours playing Stardew Valley. It's one of my favorite games because it's so idyllic. And then I was like, okay, I'm starting a new gameplay, and I'm going to illustrate every event I have with the people and make a comic with me and my Stardew Valley experience, kinda. Never did it. Like, that was the only drawing I did. I did that with Copics. I love Copics. And I did more drawings of me. That's me too, with the egghand. I got the head, more egghand, and I don't know where that was. That looks like a bag. Yeah, said rent drawing. Ooh, I got at some point from my former boyfriend a scrawler box, and it had really nice golden watercolors, but I never used them a lot. I think that's the only time where I used them, and I like, look at this. Isn't that pretty? They're so pretty. I especially love this, and that was just a random doodle that I put over cleaning the brush. But I love this so much. I need to do more with those watercolors. They're amazing. 2-minute sketches, 2-minute sketches, more 2-minute sketches. Yeah, I don't know what I did there. That was fun. That was fun. I was inspired by a game where I was playing. I don't know the name of the game anymore, and they had a tentacle being, and I just made a tentacle lollipop. That was a plan I did for a little comic strip. Like, I was in this one club at university. It's called Manga Club. It's a club for people that like manga and anime. And we always had those introduction paper thingies, and I made a comic where I introduced myself, and that was my plan for it. I wanted to make it better, but in the end it just was chaos. I like this perspective. Like, I never draw perspective anymore, but at that time I really tried. The ears bad, and I mean there's stuff going bad, but for me not doing that stuff, it's not so bad. There I drew people again, just existing in the world. A cat! I love this cat so much. That was a cat from a friend that I visited. The cat is so cute. And the leg is also really nice. I like the shadowing and stuff. This was also a former friend that I visited. A sketch. Random feelings. That's my headset, I believe, or the headset of a friend. A kitchen. I love kitchens. I have a tiny kitchen at the moment. It's just terrible to cook in it. This kitchen was amazing. Sketches. I think that was drawn from Deadman Wonderland, the manga. I'm not so sure, but the expression was really cool. I didn't capture the expression so well. Manatees. A friend of mine loves them, and I always draw them for him if I have the capacity for his birthday. And I drew him a card with a manatee and a pig swimming together, I believe. Or it was a comic. I'm not sure. Tiny sketches. Those are always fun. I don't do them a lot anymore, but always fun. And a chaos side. I don't know what I did there. That is my lipstick. More chaos sides. That's me. That's cute. That is a drawing that Lisa did. I think that's also a drawing that Lisa did, like One Fee. And I tried to use the colors, but I just was like, that's so much better than what I do. Like, One Fee is so amazing. Love her so much. And that was a free marker challenge I did at the time, a sketch for that, and some pen sketches, ballpoint pen sketches, chaos. And now it's 2021. Yeah. I wanted to join the B-Day Monster Challenge from Zachary Gladwin, and I got insects. So I tried to draw them, but it was kinda hard. It's a mantis. And here I tried to draw the mantis again. Like, I found so many pretty references of mantis. I also found out that this paper and watercolors are not a good combination. What disappointed me a lot, because at the time I really liked to sketch the colors in with watercolors, especially in sketchbooks, because they don't stain through the pages like Copics do. And those are my characters. That's Al and Amelia. Really heavy. Like, in that time from I wanted to have characters to I'm now having characters and I'm so happy that I have characters. It's always nice to draw them. I don't draw them enough. I never draw them enough, but that's Al and that's Amelia. And Amelia is a vampire, and Elle is living together with Amelia and Amelia's friend Joan, and she's kinda working there and organizing stuff at their house that they can't do because it's stuff that they would need to do at the day, but they can't do it at the day because they're vampires, and they're gonna get together. And here's, like, Elle loves reading, and Elle just doesn't read because she thinks of Amelia, and I really like this face of Amelia. They're like, I had so many problems drawing Amelia's face, but there it worked out so well. That was a plan of the Minecraft base I had with a friend. And Elle and Amelia kissing. That's a plan for Draw This in Your Style challenge from Singuine, or however the name is spoken. I'm so bad with names. That's a sketch, like the first inspirational sketch for Joan. She's changing a bit, but I really like this feeling. Like, Joan is a prostitute, and I also wrote down here what kind of prostitute she is, how much money she earns, just so that Emilia and Joan can afford Elle as a working person underneath them, and also the house they have and everything. Yeah, world building. And that is Rough and Sophos from Angel Friends. It's I don't know if it's an anime or just I don't know. But it's something a friend of mine really likes to watch, and I wanted to draw her that as a late birthday present. Like in the end it got 6 months late. And I sketched them just to get into the mood of them, knowing how they look and stuff. It's really cool. Like the clothes they have are really cool, and the series is also really nice to watch. It's a nice children's series. Yeah, I'm gonna censor that. Just some ballpoint sketches. A lot of more sketches. I'm in the Discord from Sad and Dirty, and that time we did quite a bit of events, and we had that events where we should draw insects as geishas, I believe. And that's Mantis as a geisha with Copics. In the end, I'm really happy how that turned out, and sketching all that was really fun. That's another sketch of Joan. I'm not really happy here with how the shapes are, but I'm really happy with this. Like, this is also a tiny sketch of Joan. It was so much fun. Also, all those big weapons were also a challenge in the Sad and Dirty Discord server, and that's also Joan. Isn't she pretty? Like, she's so seductive, but also so pretty. I like her so much. She's amazing. And here, that's an eraser that I tried out. I got it with an upgrade box. It's an electrical eraser, and it's amazing. Like, it's so much fun to work with him. I also used him here in the jacket. But I don't know, like, doing stuff only with pencils and then erasing stuff is just something I don't do so often. So at the moment I don't use them so much. And some fashion sketches. That's another character of mine. I don't have a name for her yet, and that's her partner. And her name is... I don't have a name for her either. I think I was tending to name her Sophie, but I have another character named Sophie, so I should not name her Sophie. Red. And here she's again. I really liked her. I really like her. And here they are together again. Like, they're so amazing. And that's me, just saying hi. And that's Elle and Amelia, also so amazing. That's the other both, like, here. That's just an outfit she wears. She doesn't wear that always. She's not a maid. It's just for this one occasion she wore a maid outfit. And Elle and Amelia. I'm jumping so chaotically. I hope it's fine for you, but if not, I'm having fun. And that's the most important thing. And that's also Elle and Amelia. Like, I love this sketch so much, and I also love the clothing styles from Elle and Amelia. Like, with all the characters that I make, I have for everyone that has a name and that I draw more often a Pinterest board with their clothes. So each time when I draw them in slightly different clothes, and I always go through their Pinterest boards and see what type of clothes I put them in this time. That is just a thing I sketched that I had a reference on Pinterest that I used. And that is, like, I was playing League of Legends and I got, I think, an emoji from a friend. I wanted to say thank you, but that you cannot make a word pun with thank you, so it's German and it's like thank you but with a B in it, because I got a B emoji. Like, word puns. I love word puns. More chaos. Or those sketches were sketches I did for my Minecraft world, for a store I wanted to build. Never built those. And that's Joan. I really love her hair. Here. A little bit, like, I'm going to change it Like, I think I'm going to change it a little bit in the face. She's really angular here, but I love Joan. Random sketches. Here, Amelia and Elle. More random sketches. In that time, I really liked to sketch with some lilac tombos I had. And then with black and gray. I really like this color scheme. Especially for those vampire characters. It's really fitting. Okay, that's Elvira. It's not a vampire character. But it's really fitting. I think it's Elvira. Or it's Morticia. It could be Morticia. I sometimes should really write down what I'm drawing. But I didn't. And that could be a plan for a comic of those. But I'm not sure. Something I never did. More sketches. That's another character. Like, I thought with those two. Like, they could be in a polyamorous relationship with her. And she's a bartender as well as the best friend of her. And they could be in a relationship so that she is together with both of them. But I don't know. I need to figure that out more. And she has a lot of tattoos. I also need to draw her in the tattoos again. Maybe I'm going to change the tattoos designs again. I saw some really great tribal tattoos on one of the Discord servers I am, and I was like, maybe I should change the tattoo designs. I'm not sure. Always had problem drawing tattoos, but with that color scheme, like the lilacs for the skin and then just putting lilac as a tattoo over it, it looks so good. Like, she's just there. She or they? I'm not sure yet. So attractive, nevertheless. Like, that outfit. Like, how hot can you be? I'm simping over my characters. And here they are at the bar. And here I wanted to practice drawing patterns, especially inspired by glass paintings. Never finished it. And here I figured out for the rough and surface drawing which pose I liked, and I decided to go for this pose. It was really fun to draw the characters in different pencil colors. And that is Amelia and Joan, and here are the other three together, like in different underwear, each in their own style. I think I want to give her a red strain in the hair. That would be really cool, I think. Like, And that was directly before Mermaid last year. Already getting into mermaids. And I got this upgrade box, and it had a sea theme, and I got really amazing colored pencils with it. Like, beforehand I never really liked colored pencils so much, but here I love them so much. They are so smooth and soft, and I just would have loved to have greens. Like, I don't have any green, and I would have loved to have a green in there. Those are some sketches for to draw this in your style challenges. This one is from Venus. It's like the name of her is Venus, and she's called Max Wise Art on Instagram. A really cool person. I love her art style. And that's from Evie Art. Also really cool art style. 2-minute sketches, more 2-minute sketches, a lot of censored 2-minute sketches. Like, with those 2-minute sketches, I got to a point where I managed to get so detailed that I was like, I should censor more of them. And yeah, it's Mermaid. That was last year in Mermaid. It's a mermaid version of me and Elle. I drew Elle because I was on my Instagram and asked for suggestions what I should draw. And one of them wanted that I draw my characters, and I drew Elle. And that's an elf person, and that's my pen and paper character, Pebbles, on an elephant. Like, I don't know, Pebbles on an elephant sounds so amazing in my head, and I looked up how much an elephant costs, and I really want to buy an elephant at some point, just so my little halfling bard can ride an elephant. I would love that so much. But it's like 400 gold, and we also do not really have elephants in our campaign area. Maybe make it a DM can at some point do something like this, like it would be a dream come true. That was my first drawing of mermaid. I'm too afraid to rotate this stuff because then I would need to put it back into the angle. Maybe like it's just too pretty not to rotate it, I would say. Let me just check how it is in the camera, if it's in the camera. Perfect. Like, I really, really, really love this concept. And I really want to do a bigger drawing with this at some point when I have the energy. Just a mermaid laying in clothes and her tail is a waterfall. So amazing. And that set from League of Legends, I drew him as well for those suggested sketches. I really want to do this at some point again, but at the moment I just prefer sketching what I want to sketch. And here, I wanted to show some problems I saw in a sketch from someone, and I had 2 references with how they aligned the head, and that was his drawing and just looked so uncomfortable. And that's a draw this in your style challenge from Valentine. I really wanted to draw it with the cat, but I just was like, I'm not so unhappy with those 2 poses anymore, but I was really when I sketched it out. So I scratched, like the cat is not there anymore. Those are 2 mermaid sketches. I really love this. Like, it's so pleasant. It's really, really sketchy, but it was really fun to draw, and that's the most important thing. And that's a fish. Like, look how good those colored pencils from the upgrade box blend. It's so nice. I really love them. Never finished it. Never gonna finish it. But I really like this fish. And more mermaid sketches. That was a Star Wars theme. I didn't know what to do, so I did that. But I really like this. And more mermaid sketches. That is also a really fun one. Like, she's trapped in the net. Oops. my sketchbook is falling apart. Because it's just... I bring my sketchbooks everywhere with me. And because it's so big, and it has so many pages, I took quite a bit of time, I would say. And it's also not as stable. Like, all of my sketchbooks are breaking apart at some point, but this one especially. I also like the dragon. And that is a beach scene with a lot of mermaids. Huh. Some mermaid donuts, Elle and Amelia. I'm thinking about making Amelia a person that puts together flowers in flower bouquets, but I'm not 100% sure. A mermaid sketch I never finished. I really like this mermaid sketch as well. Like, she's so teasing, and that is so resting. Nice, like so simple, but still just a joy to come back and look there because of the feeling. A pole dancer, like here are her clothes. So here you have then the I forgot how those lines are called. I don't think that I will come back to her. 2-minute sketches. 2-minute sketches, like how detailed. Crazy. I really like this mermaid drawing. Like, I had so much fun with it, and it looks so good, and like those details in the back. I was watching the ESC with my friends, and like nearly every act you could see the navel. So I made this joke drawing where only the navel is censored and everything else is naked. It was really fun. And that is this color scheme for Ruppe and Surfers. A lot of my yellow Copics went empty for the hair in that drawing. But I rebought them now. And I did flowers out of the stuff that went through. I also really like those dresses. Like, they were so fun to draw. More mermaid stuff. That's a fun joke I had with friends. Like, a friend of mine said, "Gut Nächtle alle miteinander," or something like this. I'm not good with German accents. Even though I'm from Germany, I'm really bad. And I thought of a giraffe saying that. Oh, he said a giraffe says that. I don't know. So I drew that with a giraffe. More dresses. I don't know from which store I got those dresses. Like, I think I had references, like, for the drawing as well as for the dresses, but I really love those dresses. I also like those legs. The feet are a little bit broad, like, everything with the legs is broad there. But I'm happy, like, I always struggled with feet and leg anatomy so much. But there I'm not too mad about it, so it's cool. And I also really like this. Like, this would have been so much cooler probably if I would have had the energy to spend more time with it and color it more and everything, but just having the light and how the light is on the bodies and everything and the shading. It was so much fun. Just a quote. Think maybe out of a song? I'm not sure. That was another Draw This in Your Style challenge from Max Weiss. From her other character, she's together with the Venus Demon. But I never finished that. And that was a sketch for a barn in Minecraft. A cow. A Minecraft cow. And that's the title of an anime on Netflix. Words bubble up like soda pop. And it just sounds so good. Like, say it. Words bubble up like soda pop. It's so nice. And it's also an amazing anime. Like, I love to watch this. That's Shigo. And I don't know, this page is really empty, but I like this. Like, just having Shigo there and then the this line. It's really nice. I was really sad. And here I sketched stuff for a Draw This in Your Style from Kinky Carrot. But I never finished it. You also cannot find this drawing on her Instagram anymore because her Instagram got deleted. She's a really amazing artist, and she makes on her website a lot of sex educational content where she always does an illustration and then an article about certain topics. And that was a challenge I joined, or I wanted to join. It was like one of those draw a thing every certain amount of days. I don't know if it was the whole month. And it's called Sketchy June, and the first topic was to draw with every pen you own. I had so much fun. The challenge was by Anke Weckmann, and she's a great artist. The most fun I had here when I started having some stuff that the pencils said when I drew them. Like, look at me, I'm a pencil, because I own way too much pencils. Or pencil D, pencil die. Da 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 da. I'm also a pencil, but somehow I'm also a updo needle, because I always, not always, but sometimes I just don't have the energy to stand up when I want to get my hair up, and I just use a pencil that I have laying around as a updo needle. It works really well, and I'm also feeling really artsy with it all the time when I do it, like this quirky person. Yeah. Just thoughts and sketches. That was a fun drawing I did because a friend was like having a party and he was like, please bring some good feelings with it, like be happy kind of stuff. And I was like, okay, I'm making a I wanted to make it kind of sad, but it's more like a quirky high person, and he has a cat. She has a cat, and the cat's name is Happy Thoughts. And pizza. I don't know why I draw pizza topped with pizza, but I did that. A dog, cats, a little rabbit. Then that was another of those challenges from Sketchy June. It was post stamps. I did something just really simple, but it was nice. And a pansexual flag, because it's June and it was Pride Month. Yay! Houses. Yeah, that's something I do a lot when I'm feeling sad. I fill my sketchbook with sad smileys. And that's a comic I did. Like, you know, I tried to draw more comics. I don't draw a lot of comics, but from time to time I still do those comics about my daily struggles. And at that time, like, I always spent a lot of time thinking about what I wanted to wear and just standing in front of my cupboard. And most of the time I just was standing there in my sleeping clothes, and in the end I just put on a panty and just continued living in my sleeping clothes for the day. At least I always managed to change my panties. It's better than nothing. And that was some poetry studies also for the Sketchy June. By the way, wait, that's June. I really like this. Like, I liked drawing that hairstyle so much that I at that moment thought maybe I could add a character with that hairstyle. Never did it. Maybe I should do it. Like, the hairstyle is so fun. Just using the bleed through for other drawings. Another sketchbook book, upgrade box. Really love to. Like, those smileys were so fun. Also, I love to do this pattern. I need to do more patterns in my art. Patterns are so fun. And I bought a new washi tape, I believe. No, I made plastic over this drawing. Not a good choice. Because I drew with oil paints in my sketchbook, and then I was like, I didn't thought about what I need to do when I don't want to continue drawing, but I want to close my sketchbook, and oil paints dry really slow. Never figured that out, because always when I try to look after that, I'm a little bit confused and I don't find it in the videos when people talk about how they use oil paints and sketchbooks. They just prepare the pages, but they don't say what they do afterwards. Or maybe I also never had the concentration to see it. And those were some studies from Alexis Flau, also a really amazing artist. I really like this package of chocolates, but I do not like how the chocolates tasted. 2 minute sketches. 2 minute sketches. I like this. That's a cute sketch. That was a sketch from a D&D character of a friend of mine. Her name is Jiawi, like the character's name. And I did that with watercolors. We fucked up the background quite a bit, but the lightning stuff was fun. Never do that. I need to practice lightning so much more. That's Joan and her background story a bit more. With dates and stuff, and that's also Joan. And that's Amelia and Elle. I really like this pose. Like, that's a good pose. And Elle. She loves reading. I love to draw Elle reading stuff. Using washi tape with a sketch. Really like the sketch, especially the line art. The washi tape destroyed the line art a little bit, but it's still fun, and I love washi tape. I love patterns. Waffle about waffles. I love that British people say that they waffle about stuff. It sounds so fun. That was another upgrade box. I love this upgrade box. Like, it had a gold pen. It was really fun. And alcohol markers from Tumbo. And a really cool pen for line art. From here, this one. Sakura Pigma Sensei MPs. It's a really nice pen. And I had so much fun. The theme of the box was Your Galaxy, and because I liked this stuff so much, I was like, I really need to try to do a drawing with the stuff they gave me until the date. And then I wrote down some ideas I had for that. And I managed to do that. You're gonna see some of the sketches later on. And it's just so amazing. I had so much fun. Yeah, really good upgrade box. Also, the colors just blend so well. They do feel relatively fast dry, I have to say, especially in comparison to filled Copics, but they are really nice. Too many sketches to fill the spaces where the marker bleed through. And that are some drawings I did. Those are both referenced from Milt Kobayashi, a really amazing artist. Really like this one. Really like this one. I do not like this one so much. Like, if you do not see the gold effect of the gold pen, gold and the brown are really similar, and I just used too much of those. Some pin-up drawing based off a book cover. I at that time I really liked those book covers, the lesbian book covers from I don't know when ago, probably written by some male person, and I saved a lot of them in my Pinterest folder for inspiration, and this one I drew. I had fun. Sadly, the golden pen, I think, also does leave some stuff on the other side. Washi tape. Yeah, just random sketches. This was a thing that an artist started. I just don't know which one anymore, and I just don't remember which one. And he had said to make a 3 by 3 centimeter square and fill each day one of the squares. And the first time that I did it, I did it with cats. At some point I didn't have the energy anymore to put line art on it, but it was really fun. And I really wanted to get better at cats, even though I'm not sure if it always succeeded. Like, this cat is just really derpy and weird. And those are the sketches I did for the upgrade box with the Tombow markers. I decided to go with this sketch, but looking back to the sketches, I also really love this one. But this has more of a galaxy theme in the end, because I did a lot of galaxy patterns. Those are some washi tapes I bought myself. Like, they were so pretty. And I wrote meh, because I didn't like this, I believe, the hand maybe. But it turned out so well with colors and the washi tape and everything. I had so much fun with it. I need to do more of those sketches. Like, the washi tape looks so good. I love patterns in washi tape so much. But it's really, like, I find it really hard to get really cool washi tape in Germany. And if you want to get cool one, you need to order it online and stuff, and I just would prefer to buy stuff in stores that I have around me to support them. But at the same time, since Corona, I also didn't do that as much anymore. So, but those washi tapes are amazing. I ordered those washi tapes with the washi tapes that I used to censor my drawings for the sketchbook tour. Yeah, I'm planning this sketchbook tour, or all in all sketchbook tours, since a year ago or something like this. And those are just really nice. They are sticker washi tapes, and they are a blooming cherry tree in different stages of the blooming. Really nice. I like them a lot. They are so pretty. Some random sketches I did. That was a sketch for making a skin, a Minecraft skin, because axolotl. And then I made another Minecraft skin because we started to have a pufferfish cult. That's some sketches a friend of mine did. Her name is Ela, and she always draws so pretty stuff. Like, it's so soothing to watch her draw. And I always love to have the stuff in my sketchbook. And those are some sketches I did with other pens that I got from Upgrade. I really love them as well. Like, they're so summery and pleasant. Had so much fun with them. And that's a bridge I wanted to build in Minecraft. And that's another Minecraft skin. And at that time I did a lot of Minecraft skins. I started playing Vault Hunters on one of the servers from Iskal85 from Hermitcraft, and I made myself a skin for playing Vault Hunters, and I wanted to have a cottagecore witchy vibe. And I really love the skin that I had. At the moment I have a new Minecraft skin again, because I started a server with my friends. And now I have a frog skin, because frogs are amazing. And here I wanted to try out the patterns for the illustration that I did for the upgrade box with the tombos. But I didn't really had a lot of fun, and then I winged the patterns just. I winged them totally. And that was ideas for a Minecraft base and the World Hunter server. The next upgrade box. I think this is the favorite upgrade box I ever got. Like, I got so many pens. Like, you had those really, I think I looked it up, relatively cheap but really fun water-based brush pens. Here, those. And they're really cool because they have a brush pen that does not hold so well, like, it still works. But they also have a fine liner, and I think brush pen and fine liner are the best combi you can have. Like, the best combi ever. And in addition to those pens, you also got acrylic markers, and you got really nice colored pencils from Koh-i-Noor. Like, so much fun. So I did those drawings with it. Like, I filled that space there. I also got a sketchbook that I'm at the moment working in, and it's really nice. And I did a roll page spread in that sketchbook as well with the upgrade box. Like, I just love those pens, and I still continue to use them. Like, upgrade is just such an amazing art supply box. I love them so much. They make me always so happy. Yeah, that's a little sketch design for another pen and paper character. Her name is Liz, the short for Elizabeth. But we do not play the campaign anymore. I don't know if my friends continued, but I didn't continue because the infected people with corona, the numbers went higher in Germany again last November. They went so high that I was like, okay, I do not feel comfortable to meet with friends anymore. And since then, they never really went down again. I think at the moment we have the highest numbers ever. But they're not a lot of people get tested anymore. So the dark numbers, like the real numbers, are even higher than the numbers you can look up. So since then, I didn't really meet in person with my friends anymore, with the exception of maybe wearing masks and outside and always having a safe distance and all that stuff. It's kinda hard. Here I wanted to draw more of this 3x3 centimeter challenge, but I never did it. This upgrade box. I got gouache. And I had gouache beforehand, but I never got really into it. Like, always when I tried it, I had huge problems. Like, for example, here, like, skin tones and stuff. Here that worked out way better, but I used way more water. And that worked really well. Like, the shading is so great. I do not like the skin tone, but the shading is so great. And I got loads of stickers. I was so happy. I love stickers so much, and I love that you get so many stickers with upgrade. I continued in that sketchbook using gouache at a later point, and nowadays I like gouache way more. Like, at the moment I don't have so much inspiration and energy to use gouache, but it got me into painting way better than, for example, oil paints did. But with oils it was also really fun. And some more sketches. Here's when Inktober started, and I always join Inktober with friends of mine. And for the crystal theme, I had the idea to make a box filled with crystals and some accessories and a person in it. That's the design person, and I really liked that sketch. More sketches with some pens. I really liked this hat. I saw it on Pinterest and I needed to draw it. That was an idea for a shop in the Vault Hunters server in Minecraft. Here I drew the bartender from my characters again, and that's what I did with the gouache then. That's also some a study from Milt Kobayashi, a really great artist. Just can't repeat it, a really great modern artist, and I had so much fun with it, and I'm so happy how it turned out. That was another study, but I never finished that. And that's my character Liz from the pen and paper group again. And I really like her. Like, she's really badass. Yeah, she's really cool. And that was for a Christmas theme. Like, we wanted to do something for Christmas, and I did a sketch here for an area where we could do some Christmas stuff. In the end, it didn't had that much details, but it still was fun to do. And those are some art history notes, a sketch for Inktober. It's called Wrestle. I never finished. That's Inktober 3. Ah, Suit. That's the sketch for the second Inktober. That's why I drew her again, because it suited her so much. The suit suits her. I love word puns. Here I did something like those are lily pads from underwater, and that was just such a nice reference, so I started doing that but never finished. That's me. It is a sketch for an invitation I gave my some of my friends at Christmas as a Christmas present, just to invite them to go out eating or get food together, and I'm gonna pay. That was the first thought how I could do it, but I decided then for the Shibu version of me. And those were some other sketches for the people I played on the Vault Hunter server. I drew their cats and made a meme. That was for Inktober. The theme was not. And I just really liked this reference, so I drew her. And more gouache drawings based on Milt Kobayashi. Mostly. Some are maybe also from Malcolm Liepke. That was another idea for a Minecraft base. In the end, I only built the mushroom, but I really like the mushroom. And I got really depressed, sadly. Some Raven sketches for Inktober. Like, this is all over the place. Like, some of the stuff I drew in December, some of the stuff I did in October, some of the stuff I did in January, I believe. That I did in the start of January. Here I love the skin so much. That's also with the gouache. Like, I had a white, a red, a blue, and a reddish yellow as gouache colors. And that's what I only used them, and that's what I did with them. And it's just so much fun. But after putting so much detail in the skin, I just didn't have the energy for the rest anymore. But it's a good sketch. I like this sketch. Chaos. And yeah, I don't even know, like, I think I wanted to draw people dancing in a forest or something like this for Inktober. I never finished it. And here I started putting more quotes from artists, for example, and they're like, I prefer living in color from David Hockney. Yeah, most of them are in German. That was some. I planned to draw other characters like Sophie and Miriam, but I never did it. And then I drew Demeter. And here, that was a plan for a birthday present for my grandmother, but I never finished it. Like, I don't know, I was really... It was really hard to draw at the start of this year for me. Somehow, most of the time it's hard to draw at the start of the year for me. So I didn't draw that. Strawberries. And here it got slightly easier. I got a boyfriend. and he's amazing. He lives in Portugal. We both play World Hunters. I wanted to draw a little comic, like imagining waking up to him and cuddling and kissing. I only did that then, but it's still amazing. And some animals. That's Art Nouveau drawings that I just did studies on. That was also for October, me falling under the pressure of living. I'm really often, when I'm depressed, I like really comfy clothes, like the socks and just a really big jacket and everything. And that was in October, and that was, I believe, in February or March of 2022. And it's a mermaid, and I had a lot of fun with her, doing it with dip pens. Loads of fun. Also, I did this with dip pens, like, using dip pens is just so fun, and I think in October most of the time I also use dip pens. This is a Leuch study, this is a Leuch study, this is a Leuch study. I had a lot of fun with this Leuch study, and that's a drawing I did for October. Really like this, like they're really cute together in this rose garden. And the chaos continues. That was also for October. The theme was sour, so I drew those sour trolleys and two girls having a good time with each other. There's Elle, there's Emilia painting a rose bush. Emilia also loves to paint. And cats, because I'm thinking about making stickers with cats, so that my boyfriend and I can send each other more stickers, because we love to send each other stickers on Discord, just cuddling stickers and all that stuff. And here my obsession with frogs started. Like, I saw this game trailer for a really relaxing game that is made by a plushie company, and they have those really big and amazing plushie frogs. And I was so amazed that I started drawing them in a drawing. And then I was like, frogs are amazing. Love the color scheme of green, yellow, a little bit of red and blue. And I love frogs. Like, how cute can you be? So I continued with frogs. And that's a book by that I drew. Like, I really like those two. And I'm thinking about, at some point when I figure out how taxes work in Germany and stuff like this, to sell them for a really low price as phone backgrounds. Because they have the perfect size for that. And I mean, how can you say no to a frog? Always the checking of the picture. I never had the book not in the screen of the phone. I don't know why I continued checking. And here I continued having fun with frogs. That's another of those high scenes where I had a lot of frog patterns. That's the phone background my boyfriend uses at the moment. And I really like this. Like, it's so cute and I love the hair. And that I drew a room. Yes, with Copics, using Copics again. I didn't use Copics for a really long time because I had a lot of empty pens and I had problems buying the refills because Copic changed their refills. And it was really hard to buy the ones I wanted at the store where I usually buy my stuff. But here I started using Copics again and it just was so amazing. I had so much fun. And I also have fun with all those frog details. I need to do that more often, but here in the blue sky, my pen is going empty. And I have a refill for him, but I think I need to exchange the nib, so I need to buy a new nib. That's another of the frog girls I drew. Frog girls. Oh, no. And I really love it. Like, I was like, I never draw trousers or shorts. Like, never. I always draw dresses and skirts. I nearly always wear dresses and skirts. And somehow I decided to draw a patchwork trouser. But it worked out. Love the pullover. And it's just cool. I really like it. I'm really happy with how it turned out. And here's another one. I also like those a lot. And the bow. The bow is so cute. And a frog lollipop. And yeah, more frogs. Those are all with Copics, and this I did with different water-based markers because I didn't want to ruin the sketch behind it. Elle and Amelia. Here I was just showing what kind of practice sport-wise I would like to do. And another upgrade box. This one I got in October. Like, that is like in June, October 21, June 2022. And that was a lot of fun. I got some wax crayons that can be diluted with water, and some liquid pencils, and I did a shoe sketch here with the crayons from the upgrade box. And here I did something with the liquid pencils. It's not perfect, but it was a lot of fun. I need to try out more stuff. And here it starts like with sketchbooks. I always work at the start, I do drawings, at the end I put lists and stuff like this. And like with the good sketchbooks, I tried to do that less to have more space to drawing, but especially with this sketchbook, I just was not in the mood to fill this out with pens, and I wanted to have it just filled as fast as possible because I don't like the paper, but I wanted to have the sketchbook full. Like, I didn't want it to have a half full sketchbook. I have so many half full or empty sketchbooks because I collect sketchbooks so much. Collect them. I love sketchbooks so much. I just was like, okay, I'm gonna finish all my sketchbooks. That's my life goal, to fill all the sketchbooks that I buy. So I started filling it and made lists. That one is a list for a calendar I did for my family and friends. That was fun to do. I started in 2020 making digital calendars. Like, I started making for my family calendars when I was 14, but most of the time I drew the pictures. Like, that's 13 pictures per calendar, and I did a calendar for my parents and my grandparents. So each year, starting from October, with a lot of procrastination and a lot of sleepless nights, then in December before Christmas, I did calendars and 26 drawings for the calendars. One time I did it for a friend and my former boyfriend as well, so in that time I did 52 drawings. That was not a good choice. And in 2020 someone said to me, why not just making scans from the sketches you do and do a calendar with the highlight of your sketchbooks and with all the sketches you did that year. So I made that for 2022. Haha. And I'm really happy with how it turned out. I had a lot of fun with it. And I gonna do a calendar for 2023 as well. Like, I'm gonna do that from now on always, because it's just so much less stress than beforehand. And this is just marking down every drawing that I kinda like, and then marking down which ones I like most, and then saying where which drawing goes and everything. More art history, like, I'm studying at the moment art history and sociology, like studying. I'm autistic, and with autism and depression and everything and corona, studying is just not possible at the moment, but I joined some online classes and tried to follow that, and I always like to do my notes in sketchbooks and then do drawings with them, and depending on the notes I do more or less drawings. Like, here's less drawings. And that was for October. Here I wanted to do one of those washi tape drawings again, but I didn't finish it. That is like the school we had, the lessons we had were about collectors and art collectors and collectors of art. And she is one of the artists we talked about, and she did a self-portrait of herself. It's Rosalba's collections, and it's Rosalba Carriera. I'm really bad with names. Inktober plans, there. I did that with immersive engineering, the mod for one mod that is in the Vault Hunters mod, and I tried to make a plan. Owls, because owls are amazing. That is a list of all the leaves we had in Vault Hunters, because I wanted to have all the leaves and all the woods. More art, history, plans. That's a cute sketch. I also like this. And then those are notes for playing pen and paper. From here on, it's nearly only notes and stuff like this, meal plans or other plans. I like this. I played Shakes and Fidget. I think it's the second or third time that I tried to play it, and I wanted to put down every pet I have. Didn't finish it, but it was fun. It's just the pets. Like, I didn't do anything with it to make it my own. And more lists. Lists. I played Mist with Runfee. More lists. Like, from now on, it's only lists. So that's my sketchbook that is breaking apart. I hope you had fun with the sketchbook tour, if you watched until now. And I definitely plan to do more sketchbook tours in the future. I have quite a bit of filled sketchbooks already, where I can do some tours with. And I'm also, the current sketchbook that I have, that I'm filling at the moment, is nearly filled. So I'm probably also gonna be able to do a tour of this little sketchbook soon. Or soonish, depending on how long it takes me to edit all this stuff. I wish you a really great week, day, and if you struggle in your life, keep strong. I believe in you. You can do it.